everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, Wizard Kid is Life. This is my first video ever. I'm going to be doing telling a story, a ghost story. It's Halloween.
It's going to be freaky.
It's 31st of October here in Australia. My name is Kid. Welcome to my channel. And let's do the story. Alright, so it's based on an island. But I'm not going to say the island's name because that would probably stop people from going to the island for a holiday. So, this island, the first people to live on it was Phoebe James Phillips, her parents, and her siblings. And she got, one day, Phoebe got pneumonia. And she was too far from the mainland. So all her family could do was keep her comfortable until she eventually passed away. And then not long after, they buried her on the island and had a little, not a tombstone, more like a cross. She died at the age of 30. Her parents then her family moved off the island and moved back to mainland Australia. So this island is off the coast of Australia somewhere. The second to live on the island was Susanna McKee and her husband Thomas McKee and one of their sons. They had 4 sons. 3 of them weren't at home, they left. One of them was still living at home with Susanna and Thomas. So, what ended up happening was their only son that was left at home eventually moved back to the mainland for boarding school. And Susanna was left a lot by herself on the island because her husband travelled a lot for his work to the mainland. Just like Phoebe's father, Thomas and Phoebe's father were both lighthouse keepers. Now, Susanna one day got dressed in her finest clothes, she went down to the beach, she went along the little wharf, went in the little boat wharf, went into the water, drowned herself. She killed herself because she was bored and lonely. Because she was stuck on an island she hated so much. Because it used to be a mining island, now it's a beautiful resort. So her husband Thomas found her and buried her next to Phoebe. Now she has a grave home. She died at the age of 59. So not long after that, Thomas moved back to mainland. And 2 men came to the island. Now this is when strange things started happening. I had to start off with telling you what happened so you have an idea of what happened. Alright, so the 2 men went and stayed in the second cottage. There's 3 cottages. No one's allowed near them anymore or in them because of it. The first thing happened, one of the guys that were living there, one was a chef, one was a lighthouse keeper. And I think it was the lighthouse keeper that was living in the front bedroom. Strangely enough, things started happening to him being in the front bedroom. The first, he got shoved off the bed one night. Very big force. Strangely enough. And he was startled. He didn't know what to say or do. The next night, he woke up because he felt a presence. He felt someone watching him sleep. So he woke up, he looked over to the glass door of the bedroom of the cottage, the bedroom he was sleeping in, and there was a transparent, pale white, ghostly figure of a woman watching him sleep. The next thing that happened was one of the men came back late one night from work, and they saw this transparent, ghostly figure of a woman walk out of the second cottage, walk over to the lighthouse, and disappear into the lighthouse. The fourth and final thing that happened during the day. The 2 men had the wide door open of the second cottage to let fresh air in. It was a beautiful clear day. There was no wind or anything like that. It was just beautiful, sunny, breeze-free day. Now, there was an ice cream container on the top of the stairs. Now, I don't know if they did that on purpose or not, just to see what would happen. But that ice cream container on top of the stairs in the second cottage, it went flying off the top of the stairs and out the front door, down the front steps, and landed right at the feet of the two men. Not long after that, those two men took the next boat back to the mainland. Well, the boat they got on, one of the crew members knew the previous owners of that island, the previous people that lived on that island, and showed these two men photos. One of the men identified one of them. He said, "That's her, that's who I saw." The person that he had identified, the one he saw, was Susanna McKee. She was the one doing all the stuff, the paranormal stuff. Phoebe was not, because she died naturally, compared to Susanna, who killed herself. Now that island is a beautiful resort island. People holiday there, but visitors to the island, have reported seeing two transparent ghostly figure of women wandering around the island at night. Because the little graveyard where Susanna and Phoebe are buried are behind the three cottages. Now, I'm going to go to a different bit of a story, but it's not really a story. It's more strange things happening to me. So, my dad and pop passed away back in 2011, in August 9th. Now, after they passed away, we got their little travel portable TV, which had the built-in DVD player. The strange thing is, that TV we had in the front spare room of our house in town, because we're now on a little farm outside of town. And one night, I was using that TV one night in the front spare room of our house in town. And I made sure I turned it off before I went to bed. I turned it off. I left, went to bed, woke up, and I heard noise coming from the front spare room. So I went and checked. The TV was on, and I thought it was weird because I'd turned it off the night before. Well, I turned it off, and I made sure I turned it off again. Went back to my room, a couple minutes later, it was on again. I went back, turned it off. Thankfully, it didn't turn back on again. And I think it was my pop messing with me. Now, that's not the only weird thing that's happened to me since Nan and Pop passed away. The next being, when we were living in the shed out here, out at our farm, I kept feeling someone up against my back when I went to bed. Like someone was there. I looked, no one there. And I think it was my Nad reassuring me. Another strange thing that happened was when we were living in town, was I was having a shower in our back guest room in the ensuite. And there was a spider trying to get up the wall, and it was struggling. Well, the thing is, my Nan taught me that spiders were friends, not enemies. So I got this spider, put it on my hand, opened up the door, and I set it free on the wall. I think that was my Nan testing me or reassuring me that, they're still looking out for me. The final strange thing that's happened since they passed away, is this torch I'm using. This silver torch used to belong to my Nan, and it was in the caravan where they passed away in. So was their portable TV. The other night, it started flickering. I was reading a book before bed, before I went to sleep. This light randomly just started flickering a bit, and then it stopped. A few minutes later, it started flickering again. And I think it was my pop messing with me again, because that's what my pop liked to do. He liked to mess with me. Well, I had a word with Pop, and I looked up at heaven and I said to Pop, Pop, stop messing with me. Stop making this light flicker, please. It stopped. It didn't flicker after that. So if at any point in this video that it flickers, you know it's my Pop messing with me. And that brings us to the end of my ghostly stories on the 31st of October, Halloween. And I am Wizard Kid signing off. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because there are going to be a lot of fun videos, exploring, creepy stuff like this, you know, just a heap of fun challenges and whatnot. So don't forget to subscribe to Wizard Kid is Life, and you can find me on Twitter, and just look for Wizard Kid is Life on Twitter as well as YouTube. And I love yous all. Yous are all awesome, and shout out to all the great YouTubers that have done videos like this. Creepy videos. Mo Saji, Oh My Gosh TV, Sam and Colby, Colby Brock, Ali H, Brennan Taylor and his brother Jake Taylor, Paranormal Investigators, the G Team, and can't forget Heather Hauntings. So if you want to watch more creepy videos, not from me but other YouTubers, go check them all out. Alright, love yous all. Bye!